Hello students, I Prabha Sharma welcome you to the next lectures of the accounting terms. Now today I will discuss with you the few terms related with the accounting. Number 1, trade receivable, debtors, bill receivable, trade payables, creditors, bills payable, cost and the concept of vouchers. These terms will be discussed. First of all, you may see here trade receivable. But before to start you may observe the one two words are there, debtors and bill receivable there. So first of all, try to understand the terms trade receivable is equivalent to debtors plus bill receivable. This is the actual formula. So it means the debtors and bill receivable both are the part of the trade receivable. So try to understand. Now the meaning of the trade receivable. The trade receivable word is referring the receivable money from the customer to the business organizations in regard to the supply of goods or the services on credit, not on cash. So it means the trade receivable word is referring to the money receivable from the customers on the supply of any goods or any rendering of the services on credit. When it is on credit, only then it is to be entered with the name of trade receivable. And the trade receivable, or you may say the debtors or the bill receivable, both are the part of the current assets. So it is a one type of the asset which you know earlier, the two types of the assets. One is non-current and the second is current. It will be shown to the asset side on the balance sheet. Now the trade receivable consider the both debtors and the bill receivable. So actually when we are using the word receivable, trade receivable, we are considering the both debtors and bill receivable. So we can say the money received from debtors, customers or maybe from through the bills is to be called as a trade receivable. So now you may observe the one meaning of the debtors. Debtor means a person, a customer. You may say the person who is responsible to pay the money to the business organization on purchasing of the goods. Or you may say a person to whom the business has sold the goods on credit. So it means the amount is receivable from the customer. So next is bills receivable. Bill receivable means the money received from the customer if customer accept the bill. It means the money received through the bills. It is a evidence also. So here the two word, one is debtors. Debtor word is referring to the customer without getting the any bills, any evidence. So here the chances of the loss is called as bad debts. So the next one is the bill receivable means money is receivable through bill. In case if it is not received, it can be considered as a proof. So we can say the two words are there. So money can be received through bills or money cannot be received through the bills. So the chances of the credits lies only with the debtors, not with the bills. So again listen, the money received receivable from the customer is called as trade receivable, and the second is debtors, money receivable from the customer or the money receivable through the bills. These are the three items here, but the term is trade receivable is equivalent to debtors plus bill receivable. The total receivable will be considered here. In the same manner, the trade payable word is there, including with the items creditors and bills payable. So these three words are again the trade payables is equivalent to creditors plus bills payable. So here we are using the amount payables to the suppliers on the purchase of goods. So the purchase of goods means that when a company is purchasing, when the business firm is purchasing the goods from the suppliers, so the amount is payable to him. So it is not paid in cash, it is still have to pay. So the both will be considered here creditors and the bills payable. So it means the formula is trade payable is equal to creditors plus bills payable. So both is to be considered as trade payables. Now the creditors means the person to whom the business organization is responsible to pay the money is called as creditors. So that you may say the business organizations to whom the business organization has to pay the money now. Bills payable, the bills payable means the money will be paid by the organizations on the basis of bills. So when business is accepting the bill, so it is payable by the business organizations to the suppliers. So both are considering here. So these are the three terms. If it is given, sometimes the payment on the basis of bill, sometimes it may not be on the basis of the bill. When it is not on the basis of bill, called as creditors. When it is to the bills, then it is to be called as bills payable, but the trade payable is considering the both creditors plus bills payable. So the next one is related with the cost. The cost word is here refers to the cost of production, cost of sales. So when I am referring to the cost of sale, it means the expenditures related with any kind of expenditures, direct expenditures incurred for the production of goods, manufacturing of goods. That is to be called as the cost of productions. So every organization wants to cover it. So these expenditures are to needs to calculate. Or you may say to rendering of services, the expenditures, only then we can calculate the earning of the organization. So the cost of sale or the cost of production, what is referring the direct cost related with the production of goods. Now next one is the vouchers. Voucher is referring to any evidence of the business transactions. It means before to record any transactions in the business organization, there is a need to consider as evidence, proof. So the vouchers are needed to show as a proof of the transactions is related to the business. So it can be in the form of cash memo, it can be in the form of invoice, check, debit note, credit note, etc. These are the different forms are related with the document also. So listen again, word is related to the trade receivable is equivalent to the debtors plus bills receivable. So the debtor word is reference to the amount receivable from customer on the goods sold on credit, and the bill receivable means the money receivable from the customer if the customer accept the bill. And the next one is the trade payable is equivalent to creditors plus bills payable. So we are referring here the creditors means the person to whom the business is responsible and the business is liable to pay the money if the goods purchased on credit. And now bills payable is referring to the money payables to the supplier if business accept the bill. And now net cost of production means direct cost incurred to the manufacturing of the goods, and the voucher means evidence of the business transactions. So try to understand all these concepts, only then you may go for the furthers. Thank you.